Percival Lowell was a prominent astronomer in the late 19th and early 20th centuries who believed in the existence of a planet beyond Neptune. He first shared this hypothesis in December 1902 during lectures at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. These lectures were later published in 1903 as the Solar System. Lowell's belief in a ninth planet, which he called Planet X, was initially based on supposed links between meteor streams and planetary orbits. For example, he proposed that the Perseids and Lyrids were connected to an undiscovered planet about 45 astronomical units from the Sun. Lowell argued, quote, "This can hardly be accident. It means a planet out there, as yet unseen by man." In 1905, Lowell began his search for Planet X. For more than a decade, he worked on the project as his time allowed, employing telescopic photography and mathematical calculations. Initially, he focused on comet and meteor predictions, but he later turned to irregularities in Neptune's orbit. To assist with calculations, he hired a team of human computers, individuals, often women, who performed complex computations, a practice later highlighted in the movie Hidden Figures. Lowell launched a second phase of the search in 1910, applying more precise methods and using improved telescopes. Among these was a 9-inch instrument that proved highly effective. Observers used this telescope to capture images of Pluto in 1915, but the faint images were not identified as a planet until years later. Lowell published his definitive work, Memoir on a Trans-Neptunian Planet, in 1915, detailing his mathematical predictions for the location of Planet X. However, Lowell passed away in 1916, and with his death, the search for Planet X temporarily halted. The search resumed in 1927 under Roger Lowell Putnam, Lowell's nephew and sole trustee of Lowell Observatory, located in Arizona. To continue his uncle's work, Putnam oversaw the construction of a 13-inch astrograph, a specialized telescope for photographic observations. The funding came from Percival Lowell's brother, Abbot Lawrence Lowell, the then president of Harvard University. The new telescope arrived at Lowell Observatory in February of 1929. Under the guidance of Observatory Director V.M. Slifer, Clyde Tombaugh, a 23-year-old self-taught astronomer, was trained in using the equipment. On April 6, 1929, Tombaugh took his first photographic plate, marking the start of a fresh search. February 18, 1930, began as an ordinary day for Tombaugh. That morning, he tuned in to his favorite Mexican radio station, prepared the blink comparator, a device used to systematically compare photographic plates, and settled in for yet another painstaking day of peering through the microscope eyepiece. The plates captured the images of the Delta Geminorum region of the sky, taken weeks earlier on January 23rd and 29th. By mid-afternoon, Tombaugh had meticulously analyzed about 1/4 of the plates when he spotted a faint image flickering in and out of view. Experienced enough to identify a potential planet, Tombaugh grew increasingly excited as he measured its position and cross-checked a backup set of plates captured with a smaller telescope. The mysterious object appeared exactly where he expected. Tombaugh immediately called his colleague Carl Lamplin to examine the findings. Convinced he had indeed discovered a planet, Tombaugh then walked down the hallway to the office of Slifer and announced, quote, "Dr. Slifer, I think I found your Planet X." Together, the three men confirmed this was no ordinary celestial body and agreed it was a planet. Slipher instructed Tombaugh to capture additional photographs that night to verify the discovery. However, Tombaugh's exhilaration quickly turned to frustration as the evening brought cloudy skies. Struggling to contain his anticipation, he passed the time by picking up mail in town, eating a hasty dinner, and even watching The Virginian, a film starring Gary Cooper.
You want to call me that? Smile.
Tombaugh finally succeeded in photographing the object again on an ensuing night, confirming it was, in fact, a planet. The discovery was officially announced on March 13, 1930, a date rich with significance, as it marked what would have been Percival Lowell's 75th birthday, as well as the anniversary of Uranus's discovery in 1781. The new planet was named Pluto, after the Roman god of the underworld. Its symbol, a combination of its first two letters, P and L, were also Percival Lowell's initials and served as another tribute to the late founder of the Observatory. Pluto's story didn't end with its discovery. Researchers discovered its largest moon, Charon, in 1978, and detected Pluto's atmosphere a decade later. Most dramatically, NASA's New Horizons spacecraft offered a tantalizing view of Pluto in 2015, transforming it from a distant dot into a dynamic world with moons, geological activity, and atmospheric phenomena. New Horizons also brought to the fore an ongoing debate about Pluto's status as a planet. In 2006, the International Astronomical Union, the IAU, the organization generally in charge of assigning official names and designations to astronomical objects, reclassified Pluto as a dwarf planet. Reclassification is common in the field of scientific nomenclature. As scientists learn more about a beetle or a particular type of fern, or, in this case, a planetary body, they sometimes realize it fits better into another classification. Many naturalists, for instance, once classified whales as fish, but eventually realized they are mammals, and so reclassified them accordingly. Thus, the idea of reclassifying Pluto was not shocking, whether one agrees with the reasons for making the change. But the way the reclassification happened raised a lot of eyebrows around the world. The IAU famously held a vote in the waning days of its 2006 General Assembly, at a time when many scientists, including most who study planets, had already left. The actual definition also caused a lot of confusion and anger, as it was convoluted and non-exclusive. One part of the definition of a planet requires a body to orbit the Sun. By this definition, the thousands of planets known to orbit stars besides our Sun are not technically planets. Despite the reclassification, the debate over Pluto's planetary status persists, symbolizing humanity's drive to explore, question, and refine its understanding of the universe. Pluto captured the imagination of scientists and the public alike after its 1930 discovery, and it continues to inspire today. Percival Lowell would be proud.